Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2000 romantic thriller movie titled Cherry Falls. A small-town sheriff, Brent Marquand, discovers the presence of a serial killer in his sleepy hamlet. Since the perpetrator has been targeting only virgins, both male and female, the deaths cause panic in much of the local high school population. Sheriff Marquand's daughter, Jody, is among the potential victims, since she is yet to sleep with her boyfriend, Kenny Askett. Can the lawman stop the killer before he goes after Jody? But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? In a car outside of Cherry Falls, Virginia, Rod Harper, Jesse Bradford, and Stacy Twelfthman, as well as Brie Blair, are getting amorous when a black-haired woman murders both of them. Meanwhile, Brittany Murphy, the local sheriff's daughter, is in town with her boyfriend, Kenny Gabriel, man who believes it is time to interact with others. When Jody returns home, she finds her father, Brent Michael Bian, enraged because she had gone out past her curfew. The next day, Brent and his deputies begin their investigation into the murderers. The perpetrator has carved the word virgin into both victims. Brent's English teacher, Mr. Leonard Marliston J. Moore, presses him to reveal more information at school. Leonard Marliston J. Moore, who advises him to reveal more details about the murder to community students in order to prevent secrets from being kept. Dueled, Annette. Home alone, a virgin like the other two teenagers. When she is killed because he is concerned for the town's safety, Brent organizes a meeting at the high school to inform parents about the nature of the crimes. Despite this, no students are invited. Jody and her friend Timmy, who stayed after school, were present at the gathering. Timmy takes Jody's phone and uses it to make a stairwell call. When Jody searches the basement for him, he discovers his body in a locker room. The assailant confronts her and strikes her, but she escapes. At the police station, Jody tells an officer about the killer, and the officer creates a composite. Brent tells an old friend, current high school principal Tom Sisler, that the suspect looks a lot like Laura Lee Sherman. Both of them are visibly nervous, and Jody overhears their conversation. At school, Jody and Kenny reunite. Laura Lee's story is later told to Jody by her mother. Laura Lee was a loner in high school 27 years ago. She claimed that 4 popular boys at school, including Brent and the high school principal, raped her one night. She was ignored in the city, so she fled to the countryside, where she was never seen or heard from again. After discovering the truth and being disillusioned by her parents' hypocrisy, Jody goes to Kenny's house. They converse then. Because she is enraged with her parents, Jody tries to have sex with Kenny. After learning of the killer's plan to target virgins, he refuses, causing her to become irritated and flee. For a mass orgy, the town's high school students gather at an abandoned hunting lodge. When Brent gets to the school to meet with Sisler, he finds the principal dead in his office. The words virgin were etched on his forehead. Before he can react, the killer knocks Brent out. Jody, who has declined to accompany Kenny to the orgy, is out riding her bike when she comes across Mr. Marliston bringing a large trunk inside his house. She helps him carry it into the house, and he casually acknowledges her father's presence. She unlocks it before being knocked unconscious and discovers her father bruised and bloodied. During the orgy, Kenny is ready to have sex with a female. When he has second thoughts, he leaves to find Jody. While driving around, he is perplexed to discover her bicycle outside of Marliston's house. In his basement, Marliston puts on a wig and makeup to impersonate Laura Lee. Sherman Marliston confesses to being Laura Lee's illegitimate son and begs Brent to tell him the story from 25 years ago. Brent admits to rapping Laura Lee with the other 4 boys. According to Marliston, his mother became an abusive psycho after the rape, and one of the rapists is his father. It's possible that Brent is Marliston's biological father. By focusing on virgins, Marliston would deprive all wealthy parents of their precious virginal children. While Brent battles Marliston, who brutally murders him. Jody is set free when Kenny enters the house. Marliston pursues Jody and Kenny to the orgy, killing a deputy en route. As he bursts inside wielding an axe, chaos ensues. After wildly stabbing panicked students and then attempting to flee, Marliston fights both Jody and Kenny. During the melee, Kenny sustains serious injuries. Marliston is eventually pushed off a balcony and impaled on a fence post by Jody. He appears to be dead at first, reviving briefly before being shot by Deputy Sheriff Mina, who fires 2 handguns at him. Jody and her mother walk away from the train station. Concealing the motives for the deaths from the cops, the next day Jody notices a woman who resembles Laura Lee Sherman hiding beneath a moving school bus. as they leave town and are greeted by the sight of the town's Redden waterfalls. And this is where the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, as always until next time.